This is going to be interesting. There you go. There you go, my dear camera. The lighting is a bit off. But let's just hope that's okay. So yeah. I was supposed to do a live stream yesterday. That didn't happen. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to roll with it. I hope that's a bit better. Hello! I see people are starting to join. This is a bit of a surprise live stream because I was supposed to do a live stream yesterday. Good morning! So, I'm just trying to make the lighting a little bit better here, but it's surprisingly bad, actually. I wonder what's causing this. Maybe the first option was better. Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry about this. This doesn't really get any better. I think we're gonna have to do with this. Yeah, it's probably okay. Anyway, hi guys! Thank you guys so much for joining me on this live stream. I'm so incredibly sorry. I was actually supposed to do a live stream yesterday. That obviously didn't happen, so I thought I'd do a bit of a surprise live stream today, see how many people would come on and watch, and I don't expect a lot of people because it is a bit of a surprise, but oh well. So, the past few months have obviously been a little bit hectic because of exams and stuff, but I'm finally finished. I still have more things to do, like get ready for, what is it called in English? Anyway, we have to finish our semester, so we have quite a few plans going on. But I still figured I'd use this time to, do some of my pagan life and create some more content, and at least I came out with a video yesterday for you guys. But anyway, before I start babbling about things I shouldn't be talking about, I just thought I'd say, please feel free to give suggestions and ask questions from here on out. I don't know how long we'll be doing this live stream, but of course, as always, this is your chance to ask me questions. They can be video related, they can be about, plans I have for my pagan life, or anything like that. If you have any ideas, I'm kind of running out of ideas now, not that I don't have any ideas, but my mind has kind of been going dry. So if you have any video ideas, videos you want to see me do, then by all means leave them in the comments, and I should have my phone ready in case people choose to ask questions. So let's see. It makes me happy to see you again. How are you? Well, thank you so much, Marlin. It's nice to see you too. And everyone, for that matter, anyone who joins this live stream, I'm so happy to be back on this channel. It's been a few weeks since I published my last video. I'm doing fine. I have been a bit stressed when it comes to tests and stuff like that. I've been doing generally very well, and I've felt this feeling of like relief and happiness as soon as I've gotten finished with my most important tests and exams, so I'm doing fine. And hopefully I'll get more time now to work with my practice, and I also am thinking of planning Litha more this year. Still gonna be a little bit difficult with all my plans, but I'm still gonna try to make it work. Maybe I'll get to do a video on it, who knows. Good morning from San Diego. Hi, good morning. Do you use bay leaves in your craft? I haven't done that much recently, but it's true, bay leaves is one of my favorite, kind of plants, herbs that I've used in my craft. I've mainly used them for like spell bag type of spells, or I've tried to burn bay leaves as well. They work well that way. but I haven't used them much, recently. I'm trying to find more ways to use them actually. So if you have more ideas for that, then please leave that in the comments of or chat of this live stream as well. For the sake of it, I have my trusted computer with me as always because you never know when you might need it. So bay leaves. What do I do when I burn them? I usually try to burn them with, having a candle nearby. And I've actually been thinking of trying to write on the bay leaves, but I usually just kind of take a bay leaf and, put my intention into it as I put it into the flame. But I think writing something on it could be kind of fun too. If we just take a look at Wikipedia, which is my favorite reference guide, my favorite reference for herbs and stuff. It's actually pretty good. Go check out Wikipedia. Bay laurel. I don't know if that's the same thing. I think it is. Yeah. Psychic abilities. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of to those kinds of things. Psychic uses, I guess, yeah. Yeah, bay laurel is the tree. Yeah, I see. Well, I mean, plant and tree. I mean, how far is what is it called in English? The cherry blossom. How far is the cherry from its tree? In Norwegian, we say, how far is the apple from the tree? I don't actually know. I've forgotten. Can you talk about the history of the pentacle, why it is protective, and how you use them in ritual? Like, for example, do you draw them in the air? I have actually been thinking of doing that, but sadly enough, I have not had much time to do that. I think part of the history of the pentacle is, I think the history of the pentacle is kind of interesting because it has not exclusively always been a pagan symbol. It has been used, at least the star in the pentacle has been used in Christianity, I believe, as the 5 points of Christ or something. But why it is protective, I'm not actually sure. The pentacle, I should know this because I have read up on it before, but I am a bit unsure. Pentagram, yeah. See, the pentagram was used in ancient times as a Christian symbol for the 5 senses or the 5 wounds of Christ. Huh. You know what? I have to look into that. I'm sorry I can't give you a really good answer, but that's at least a historical point. It has not been exclusively Wiccan. So why it is protective? I mean, the way I see it is how the pentacle is protective is, of course, the symbolism of it. If you take a look at the star, which is the elements, and then you kind of have the circle around the star, which is the god and the goddess or whatever divine power you can, incorporate into your practice or that you can think of, it kind of creates a wholesomeness. And I think that protection is also part of that wholesomeness, if you will. And why you use them in ritual, again, that's a way of kind of making it wholesome, calling all quarters, calling out to, or inviting all spirits, deities, everything. It's part of the whole, and as a result, it's kind of like a protective thing in my experience. What made Wicca / paganism the religion / belief that you feel is the right one for you? Like, why Wicca and not something else? This is just a curious question. Love Wicca, Also, I should also give shout-outs to everyone who's been asking questions before I continue. It's Jose, Perez. I'm sorry. Again, I never get good at pronouncing names. I'm so sorry. RSN Soul and Marlin Mellingsatter. I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys so much for asking questions. What made Wicca and paganism the religion and belief that I feel is right for me and not something else? That, of course, interesting question. I have grown up in a not Christian household. How else am I supposed to say it, really? I'm very positive to religions. I think my basis for it is that I have a very friendly attitude towards religion in general, but I have yet to find the thing that I resonate with more strongly. So while I've been very positive to Islam, to Christianity and all these other religions, there's been nothing particular about it that has really drawn me in. I actually do enjoy a lot of the teachings of Christianity, for instance, but the moment I found Wicca, I kind of felt like I had found that little something that I was looking for in my life. What that is kind of difficult to explain, but I think I developed, it was the first thing I developed a very, the first belief system I developed a very personal connection to. I think that also might have been part of it. If I had grown up in a household that had been more oriented towards Christianity or any other religion, more specifically atheist, more specifically Christian or something, maybe I would have grown towards, or I would have grown into that feeling of being in that religion. And but I developed my own personal connection to Wicca before any other religion. And so I think it really stuck with me when I did find it myself. And of course, there's this focus on the world around us. It doesn't have to be very connected to deity. It doesn't have to be very connected to something like that. It can simply be about your consciousness, your own relationship to the world and nature around you. And I think that's something that's very relevant, not just because we should care about nature, but because we should care about ourselves in relation to nature, because it's so close to us. I could go on and on about this, just so you know. But I'll move on to the next questions now, if there are any. Also, to all of you new people here, thank you so much for joining. I'm so happy to see you. Thomas Jin asks, "Hei, hvordan har du det?" And my answer to that is, "Jeg har det kjempefint." He asked, "Hello, how are you doing?" in Norwegian, and yeah, I'm doing really well. That was my answer. I just came to think about how I mentioned that I was probably going to do some Norwegian videos on my pagan life, but I am going to focus on making as much English content as I possibly can before I start doing Norwegian content, because as much as I do want to do Norwegian content, I have to nail my schedule and what I basically want for this channel first, and I want to get more consistent. I want to get more, consistent in my content, and that has got to be my first priority. But I'm doing fine. I'm amazing. I should probably answer more of that question in Norwegian. Men jeg har det kjempefint. Tusen takk for at du spør. Jeg har det kjempefint. Hi from Russia, says Anna Pank. Love your channel and hair. Thank you so much. I need to get more creative with my looks, but this is the only braid actually that I can do. But thank you so much, and thank you for saying hi. I really appreciate seeing you guys, and even if you don't have any questions, just say hi, because I love to hear from you guys. We are nature, says RSN Soul, and I agree. That is probably the biggest realization one can have about nature, actually, is that humans, no matter how urban we get, no matter how distant from nature we get, we're always connected to nature in some way, which is also the biggest reason to get to know nature better, be a bigger part of nature. It's one of my aspirations to get closer to nature, although it sometimes actually seems pretty difficult, but it's a very freeing realization. It seems like such a small thing, but I'm amazed, really. Malin Mellingsatter says, "That's very beautiful. I've really grown much as a person watching your videos and through our friendship. I will thank you so much for that, Maya, and thank you so much you as well, Malin. I'm having a great time with all the people I meet on this platform. I have a great time making videos and communicating with you guys. And you're an absolutely amazing person who I've also become pretty good friends with. So thank you guys so much for your friendship. Thank you so much for your friendship. I am so grateful, and I will never be able to say that enough. And I'm extremely grateful to those of you who stick around, even though my silly little self sometimes can't keep up with myself and my own plans. But I will definitely do everything in my power to work on that. I mean, this is the one thing that I'm super passionate about. And so yeah, what can I say? I always lose my words. Thomas Jin says that exhausts my knowledge of Norwegian. Yeah, I'm I didn't know how much one would understand from what I said. I basically just repeated the same thing over and over again, but in different ways. Wait. Thomas Jin also says, would you describe your practice as eclectic? Personally, I followed the Druid path. I've heard of a certain number of people who have joined the Druid path. I would definitely call my path eclectic. I have, I think before, I used to label my practice like a bit eclectic, a bit Gardnerian, a bit shamanic. But at this point, I've kind of just freed my practice completely of labels, because I've really been going back and forth between how much I practice, what I practice specifically, what kinds of spells I do, and so I've had a hard time keeping up with those labels, and I feel like the moment a label becomes something that you have to live up to, then it's kind of difficult. So now I've gotten back into a process where if I do have to label my practice something, I have to figure it out first. So I'm not at a point where I know what to label it as, other than eclectic, of course. My path is very eclectic. I do whatever I can afford to do. I do whatever I feel like doing, and I hope to see some interesting developments in my path in the future. Hello everyone that joins this live stream. It's so many people have said hi. I'm so happy. Milton Nolas says, hi, I was just watching tool sharpening videos. What kinds of tools? What kinds of tools? Altar tools, kitchen knives, what kinds of sharpening? Maybe I should redo like a how to make a wand video or something. That would have been interesting. Not that I have to. I already have a video on that, but I don't know. I haven't used my wand in a while actually either. Anna Pank asks, do you work with runes? I don't think I can stress enough how much I've been wanting to work with runes, but I've never gotten to either buy or make my own runes. Maybe it's about time I do that. I was thinking of asking for it for my birthday, like a sack of, those kind of cute or fancy runes. I wouldn't buy them on any normal day because they cost like, where I live, they cost maybe like, I think you can expect to spend $30 to $40 at least, and that's kind of expensive for me at least. But I do. Trust me, I really do. Matthew Bartlett asks, or says, I am currently trying to paint a cover for a new personal grimoire. Any ideas of what to add? In terms of writing in the grimoire, or the design of the grimoire? I do not have a lot of experience with painting covers for books, or, you know, notebooks, personal books. Any ideas of what to add? I mean, if I were to paint the cover of a grimoire or of a Book of Shadows, I probably would have painted it green. I probably would have added a pentacle onto it some way or another, because that's such an essential symbol for me, at least. And if we're talking content, I mean, that really depends on where you are at. I mean, a grimoire and a Book of Shadows are sort of similar. Add some spells. Add some plant spells. There you go. And maybe draw a few plants too. Okay. Okay, so RSN Soul comes here with a thought of some kind. Here's another interesting thought. We are in nature just as birds, fish, water in the stream, yet we have the capability to influence and make change in the fabric of nature by our will and intent. Yeah. I mean, there are so many ways you could go with that statement. I think the most interesting realization is actually how we as humans, we kind of lose touch with nature because we have capabilities that in one way go above nature, but then we kind of forget that we are also part of nature, we're in nature, and so we can really manipulate nature in a lot of ways. Sometimes for better, sometimes for worse, but either way, I sometimes think that we still forget our real position, you know, place in nature. But yeah, another interesting thought is also how humans, like, do humans have, are they the only ones that have intent, or are we the only ones who can create change in nature? Well, obviously not, in my opinion, but we practice maybe, you know, intent more deliberately. So yeah, I should be careful before I start babbling on and on. When's my birthday? Well, I am soon 18, so I guess I can tell you guys. My birthday is on the 7th of July. So I will turn 18 in less than a month. Yeah, and you know what's so genius about it? It's literally 7, I don't know what way you're seeing this, 7, the 7th of July. So it's really easy to remember, actually. 7th of July. Big brain. But yeah, now you guys know. I've been kind of hesitant to, you know, share my birthday. But why have I really been that? Because, I don't know, safety reasons? But no. I guess I've just never felt the reason to say it, but now you know. So, yes, now I'm expecting a birthday present. No, okay, it's fine. No, I'm just joking. Okay. Thomas Jin asks, do you make your own tools or do you buy them? I'm gonna answer that question. I usually make my tools. I wanted an athame for so long, but I can't find one, and making an athame as opposed to making a wand is difficult, I think. But when it comes to wands and stuff like that, I definitely make them myself. If we're talking knives and stuff like ritual knives and athames, I can't make those myself, and I can't find them either. So, if you know where to buy an athame, please leave it down in the comments below, or the chat box below. I'd really like to know that, please. Okay, the hypermodder says or asks, this is a large question. When I do research on Wicca, I learn stuff on spells and wands and stuff of that sort, but I feel like I'm missing what Wicca is about. What are Wiccans believing in? Yes, that is a big question. See, the hypermodder, we believe in nature. And that sounds, to most people maybe that sounds dumb. Maybe that sounds a bit abstract. But what this essentially means is that nature is a core concept of our practice. And what does that mean again? That is also, indeed, it is a big question. But what it most basically means is that everything we do in our practice is in some way or another connected to nature. We work with nature through the tools we use, crystals, herbs, stuff like that. We work with nature by being in nature and practicing out in nature and just incorporating things that have to do with nature into our practice. Wiccans may believe in a god and goddess. They may believe in multiple gods and goddesses. They might believe in these deities that are also somehow connected to nature. But I think the best way of putting it is that the most important deity of all is nature itself. Nature is what we base our practice on, and that is the fundamentals of it. Because, unlike Christianity, where you have a god, and then you have kind of this god's teaching, or, Jesus' teachings, and these kinds of things, we don't really have teachings like that. We let nature be our guide in our practice, and we use nature to the best of our ability to improve our own lives, and we use our intention to change the world around us in different, unique ways. Now, this might be a typical description of witchcraft, but Wiccans also, Wicca is a witchcraft religion. Not that you absolutely have to practice witchcraft, but it also is a big part of Wicca as well. I hope that answers some questions. So, when you're reading up on spells and wands and stuff like that, some people make it sound like it's just about the wands, or it's just about the spells. But the spells really do have relevance to our connection to nature. At least that is the fundamental idea of it. Okay, next up. Do you believe in zodiac signs and horoscopes? Asks Anna Pank. Do I actually believe in zodiac signs and horoscopes? I think horoscopes, those monthly horoscopes, I personally think they are overrated. This is kind of like one of those things where, are we really going to categorize the world into these and these and these categories, at least more than 10 categories? That's kind of, I think it's very vague. It's very vague. You can make a very vague description of something, and most people will be able to somehow relate to it. Sometimes when I read horoscopes, I do see that, oh my gosh, this fits me very well, but again, they're very vague descriptions. So, no, I am generally just very skeptic to the idea of horoscopes being actually real. I do strongly resonate with my signs, my zodiac sign, but again, I don't follow it religiously, or very deliberately. I just kind of think, okay, so I was born then and then. I'm a Cancer. I'm Cancer, and I might use that as a symbol for something. But can I actually believe that what Cancer represents is what I am? I'm not sure. I don't think I can. So I guess your short answer is no, I'm not quite sure, but I don't think. Um, since I'm a skeptic, I can't know for sure. But yeah. Mm. Stu the wood carving druid says, I'm sure Norway has a witchcraft shop somewhere. Um, a witchcraft shop. I do have two alternative stores nearby. That's where I've bought all my crystals and stuff, for instance. And I also have this cloth, this tarot cloth that I don't actually use for tarot, but that I or tarot, but that I use for rituals and stuff, spells. Um, so they have tarot or tarot cards. They have crystals. They have oils. They have books and these kinds of things, but they don't have tools specifically. Maybe I should check them out again to make sure, to be sure. But as of right now, they don't have any athames. But yeah, maybe I'll try this international website that Thomas Jin added. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. But right now, the hypermodder asks, why nature? Is there something specific about nature that causes the craft to work? Well, specific about nature, you could say that, but in the fundamental belief here is kind of that humans, we have power to create change. Humans are a part of nature, and so nature, and in us there is energy. The core concept of, for example, magic, witchcraft, is that it's energy work. Nature has energy everywhere. There is energy everywhere, and you could actually explain it in that scientific term that energy is everywhere, it never disappears. But in the witchcraft sense, we're kind of talking about how there is energy in nature, and we as humans have the power to take our intention and manipulate that energy in a way that can cause cause change. And now, what does that really mean? Well, cause change. Some people believe that you can cast love spells on people. Some people believe you can hex someone. I believe it's more about changing your mindset, making improvements in your own life. But the idea is the relationship between nature and human, and also human and everything there is in nature. So why nature specifically? I mean, the reason we're basing ourselves off of nature specifically is that Wicca is based on the old pagan religions, and they were obviously nature-based. So there are multiple ways of describing this, but I mean, I guess you could say, if we're really talking about why Wicca is a nature religion, it is because it is based on previous pre-Christian religions, which were nature-based. And then you can also go more in depth and talk about why Wiccans do have this strong connection to nature, which is acknowledging our place in nature, acknowledging that nature is important to us, and that we can work with nature to, fulfill our life desires, to make the changes we want in our lives. I'm pretty sure I could go on and on about that too, but I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, just feel free to ask further questions. La la la. Do you use any? Okay, Milton Noles asks, do you use any rune staves from the Galdrabok? Wait, you mean how? Wait, what? Could you specify? Maybe my mind is. Give me a second. Or maybe you mean rune staves? Uh. Well, in any case, I'm pretty sure I don't. Um. I don't. I don't really use. Um. Wait. Yeah, yeah, no, I don't have that as a reference. Um, thanks for promoting from Spillhuset. Yeah, yeah, no, sure, no problem, no problem. This is a organization, or kind of like voluntary organization, I guess, where people can come and play games, video games. Um, Not that I work there, but yeah. Uh, I also have I mentioned that when I've tried to wind down recently, I've been playing quite a few video games. Cause yeah, I have. I've been playing a little bit of Metal Gear Solid and Uncharted and Nier Automata. I don't know if any of you know any of these games, but yeah, just so yeah, I like video games. Um, Okay, Hypermoder, thank you. Your answers are really helpful. Is there a website or something where I can learn more? And as Ali Levesque has also said, there are many websites you can learn more from. Again, being critical of your sources is kind of hard when it comes to Wicca, paganism, and witchcraft because there are so many. But my advice is to look up YouTube channels. Seeing people face to face, or seeing people's faces and seeing them talk about these topics is one of the things that makes me feel more secure about the information. You can also refer to multiple different sites at once to see if different sites agree on something. But I would say Wikipedia, to which you no not Wikipedia, Wikipedia is a great reference guide, or a great reference for spells and herbs and stuff like that. But you can also read up on things that have to do with witchcraft and stuff. Wikipedia is an online dictionary of magic, witchcraft, sorcery, metaphysics, and the occult for witches, pagans, sorcerers, and magic users. So I definitely give you that one. It's one of my favorite websites regarding Wicca, witchcraft. Google is your friend, absolutely. So, yes. Yeah, rune staves, runa staves, medical symbol that are also a spell that used by Germanic, Scandinavian, English, and various other practices, and even used by Catholics in certain areas. Okay, I see. Again, this is not my really my field of study or whatever. But yeah, I should learn more about these kinds of things. I feel a bit outdated now. Um, I mean, not that this is very new, but yeah, I have a bit of homework to do. So I'll definitely do that. Anyway, guys, I think I have to cut this live stream a little bit short. If you guys don't have any more questions, I think that it's appropriate to end it here, mainly because I should probably get to working on some more content for you guys. Of course, even after this live stream has ended, feel free to add suggestions for videos in the comments below, and if you don't want to comment them down below, you can always send me a Gmail to mypaganlifecontact@gmail.com. I'll look at it, I'll link it in the description or in the comments after this live stream. And if you sent me a mail and you have not been able to reach me because my mail for some reason has been kind of slow, for some reason, if you're not able to reach me, then please resend a mail or comment down below, and you know what, I will see if I can find a way to fix this issue. So yes, thank you guys for your wishes. It's really appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching and for joining me. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. Have a great day, and just stay healthy, as I said in my previous video about sore remedies. And what was the last thing I was gonna say? Yeah, look forward to my next video. I know that was very, very not specific, but yeah, trust me, I'm working on it. I'm working on more content. And again, if you have any video ideas, leave them down below. So that was it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, of course, and until next time, blessed be from my pagan life. And time to end it again.